What's going on, everybody? Rob A here, and today we're taking a look at the Jurassic Park Amber Collection Velociraptor from Jurassic Park. Now, this is part of the new 6-inch scale line of figures from Jurassic Park Amber Collection, and that is just, you know, larger scale, higher detail and articulation, and it looks pretty great in the package so far. Really nice big figure. The Velociraptor figure retails for about $25, whereas the Ian Malcolm figure just goes for a $20, which is kind of a standard for the more 6-inch scale figures these days. But the $25 is obviously because it is a larger figure overall. I'm sorry I'm getting into the shot so much, but you can see that raptor looking really, really nice. We got those metallic green eyes. So yeah, looking forward to getting this girl out of the package very soon. Packaging itself is very simple, very basic, and very clean. Just nice to get this little amber logo throughout. And on the back, of course, you can see a little blur about the Velociraptor, as well as an image from the, well, you know, one of the production stills from the movie anyway. You can read that if you'd like. And on this side, just got the Jurassic Park logo. On the bottom, we have the barcode. And there's not much else to say. You do have a nice amber display stand in the back. I look forward to seeing how it all comes together. So I'm going to go ahead and open this girl up. I'm going to check her out right now. Alright guys, here we have the Amber Collection Velociraptor. And as you can see, it's really cool looking out of the package. Super, super cool. Doing a little slow roll for you so you can get kind of the idea here. We do have some nice paint. Let's talk about the Accessory Sports, which is really just the stand. And the figure stand is a little bit on the strange side here. Let's see if she'll just do me the solid of standing on her own for a minute. So the stand is cool. It works. You got this little amber colored plastic with the Jurassic Park logo. You do have this arm here with a 5mm port on the end that does rotate around. It has soft ratchets. The stand itself also has soft ratchets and can rotate, so that's really cool. It's a very nice touch. The weird thing though is that the actual plug here, the 5mm plug, just doesn't, it's not a tight fit. It's just loose in there. And I don't know if maybe, actually, I can see it now. It's something I've been doing wrong this whole time, and I've never actually thought to, like, stare at it, but you can plug it in a little more solidly on that if you want to. But it's not natural. It just doesn't, like, plug onto, so you can't have it like this and then plug it on and expect it to like stay happily in place. It's gonna spin around, so you gotta like plug it on and then kind of jam it and then it'll stay. I mean, there's not really a problem with that. Gravity will keep the Raptor on the stand without any issues. I have had no problems so far, but if you wanted to do anything like a jumping pose or anything a little more elaborate, you're gonna have to really jam onto that plug. Yeah. Anyway, onto the Raptor itself. We'll move this out of the way for right now. You got some really nice articulation here, and I do want to go over that. You can see we do have some nice, very, very glossy paint inside the mouth. On the tongue and everything. Well, there's a much more matte paint for the teeth and the head. Of course, the mouth does close, and it can close completely, which is really nice. Look at that! Look at that sculpt. Just a beautiful, beautiful sculpt going there. And of course, the two halves. So the top of the head goes up, so you can get some kind of like calls or whatever you want to do, and then the bottom opens up for that really wide bite, and everything closes back up, and you can see looks really, really good. The tail is on a ball joint at the back, and then the rest of the tail is soft rubber with a wire. So you do get that bend in there. I'm a little concerned maybe that this tail will crack, dry out, and crack over time, because it is a very strange, very soft rubber, like not even rubbery plastic. It just feels like straight up rubber. The end is molded in this kind of curved shape, which is also a little strange. But you might be able to bend that out with just a hair dryer and just holding it still, but it might end up a little crinkled like that. I would just like a straight tail, perhaps. The hips do go outward just a little bit, like your normal Jurassic World figure, and the legs can rotate around with that soft, natural stopping point that all of the Jurassic World dinosaurs have had so far. You do have a knee bend here, like that. You do get a knee rotation as well. And of course at the top of the foot here, you've got that rotation and bend also. And then at the base of the toes, or at the top of the toes I should say, you've got this bend here. So it can go down, it can go up, and it can rotate as well. And I think there's a rocker in there, I'm not entirely sure. It's just kind of rotation. And interesting thing is you do get a picked out dew claw and paint there. Just nice. You do get the Jurassic Park logo stamped here. There is no DNA code for this raptor, but the claws, the sickle claws, are actually articulated. So it's not the toe that moves, but just the claw will go up and down like that. So that's a cool feature, I thought. The arms, of course, can rotate. You can hold them out to the side, so they're a little bit more bird-like if you want to. They do go up all the way. Elbow goes down and up, and you do have a rotation. And the hand can do the same. It's got that. Can go down and in, go up and out, and it can rotate. If I had to say, my biggest beef with this figure is the hands. They don't look that great. The fingers with kind of the webbing in between, it just looks kind of a big blob of plastic. I do like that all the nails are painted, so that is pretty cool, but I would like to have seen maybe a little bit, I don't know, I just don't really like the way the hands are molded. And I think it kind of looks weird compared to the rest of the figure, but it could just be me. But anyway, you do get that, and you can hold them however you so choose. Have them in like this if you want. Whatever works for you. And of course the neck is on a ball joint at the base of the body. And you've got another ball joint up here for the head itself. I think it's a ball joint. It might not be a ball joint. It does rotate. There's rotation in there. It's not quite a ball joint, or at least it doesn't seem that way. It's a little bit limited in the rotation, but you get some nice poses. You get down, you got back. You can get it forward, straightened out quite a bit. Not fully straightened out, which is kind of a bummer. So you can't really get the raptor down and looking up without, I mean, you can do it like this, but you can't have the body like completely flat for like a running pose. The head's still going to be tilted a little bit downward. But other than that, it looks really, really good looking at that profile. I mean, you do get kind of the big feet, which is even more strange to me considering that this raptor does come with a dedicated stand. So you'd think that they would have gone with just normal sized, like smaller feet. The raptor can stand on its own. That is not a problem. But it is best to use the stand, even though at this point the stand's not even reaching. And the raptor's standing up just fine. But I like to just rest it on the stand, just for, just for sake of display, I think it looks a little bit nicer. But overall, yeah, really, really nice job. So let's put our raptor right over here, and let's show her off with our dear friend Ian Malcolm from the same line. Very cool. Let's also show her off with one of the raptors from the Beasts of the Mesozoic line. So you can see she is quite a bit larger than those raptors. I can show them all off together. So it is a very, very large Velociraptor figure. And then just for the heck of it, let's go ahead and show her off with the battle damaged Velociraptor from the main Jurassic World line, just so you can see kind of the size difference between the two. So very, very cool. Yeah, it's a really, really nice figure. The hands, I'm not really sold on. Maybe would have been nice to have a couple of different claw options included, because that is kind of how they do with these figures. But really, really beautiful sculpt, really nice paintwork. Maybe my only other gripe would be that the paintwork is a little bit muddled. You can't really make out a solid pattern. It's more just like dark on top and lighter on the bottom. But overall, it's a really, really nicely done figure. They put a lot of work into this, and it shows. And I'm very happy with it. It's a beautiful display piece, and I'm definitely happy to have it. So that's going to do it for this review, guys. I want to thank you so very much for watching. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button. It really does help me out. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more. I'll be back with more Jurassic soon, so stick around for that. In the meantime, thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.